Okay, welcome to the video today. We're going to cover team training. So, what we're covering today is how to set up your team training and what each actual training schedule means. Now, on PC, this is customizable. On console, it's not, but this is better in 24 than it was in 23. So, let's have a quick look at what we can see. Here we go. So, we've got attacking. So, attacking, the technique, finishing off the ball, decisions, and anticipation. That's because your attacking units are most suited for this. As you can see, there's a little green star circle saying the intensity and suitability of that training for your attacking unit. What that also means is attackers have to attack. So on the opposite side of things, you're going to have your defensive unit practicing decisions, anticipation, teamwork, dribbling. Finishing is a bit of a, I don't know if they're going to be able to do that so much, but the counter side, if you think about your attacking uh, on the defensive side, it is trying to stop the attackers. In PC, this is much more customizable. You've got three options. You can say, okay, first thing I want to do is do chance creation, build it, play, wherever. Then I want to do attacking from the width. And then on the other side of things, it will tell you that the defending unit that's practicing, they're off the, their positioning, their defensive, their aerial abilities, jumping, depending on what obviously they're trying to counteract with the training. The goalkeepers are obviously working on saving shots. That's purely what they're going to do. So they're going to look at decisions, teamwork, handling, agility, communication, because it's the organisation of that defence. So although primarily it's going to benefit your attackers, there is going to be some benefit to having your defensive unit doing attacking drills. But that's a whole week. And that is going to be, so you can see here, Monday is attacking football. It says, you got a little figure of attacking. Tuesday recovery is really important because that's your fitness and your conditioning. You can't train 24/7, and they do need to have a break. On Wednesday, the build-up play is actually technical prowess, so it's going to be technical skills, which is why we've got technique. And finishing is obviously going to be finishing, and wide play is going to be getting out wide and getting the balls in the box, off the ball, all that type of thing. And that's why you've got that as attacking as well. So you're going 3 attacking, 1 technical, 1 rest, and then you're going to get ready for your tactical preparations. Okay, so technical, so it's going to be a group training, so that could be anything. We don't really know what that means in console. In grand scheme of things, that could be ball skills, that could be ball control, that could be anything like that. That's generally what it is in PC. You're going to have a recovery day because they haven't had a recovery day in there, and then you're going to have technical, which is clearances, which means it's going to be less on the attacking and actually some for the defensive unit look. So you're going to have concentration, marking, positional, technical, and tackling. Whereas your attacking is going to be decision, composure, passing, teamwork, and vision. So on technical prowess and then technical skills, actually, it's going to improve quite a few things there. Now the key thing is when we're going through this is the difference between your attacking unit and your defensive unit. If you want a player to improve one or the other, you just move them across. You just go, I want you in attacking, I want you in defensive. Say you've got a wing back that you want to improve it for a couple of weeks on attacking, move them to attacking. Don't let them sit in defensive unit if you're wanting to push, I don't know, crossing or passing or shooting or whatever it is. Move them into the attacking unit for a couple of weeks, let them develop, and then move them back over if it's not working. But definitely take that chance of trying to move them across. It's definitely worth a try. And as you can see, goalkeeping is kicking, first touch, passing, throwing, and vision. So, that's all technical attributes for goalkeeping distribution. Really important stuff. Possession. Let's have a look at possession. So possession is literally keeping the ball. So it is possession, recovery, possession, transition, finishing, match prep. So, really easy to see. Possession is retention of the ball. If you are struggling to retain the ball, it's great because it's on the attacking side of things. So you got decision, teamwork, passing, anticipation, and vision on possession, because that is key to possession. Making sure you can make the right decisions, pass the ball, see where you're passing the ball, all that type of stuff. Really important. Defensive is obviously, well, when you're in defense, you want to be good teamwork. So you're listening to instructions, working as part of a team, good decisions, good passing, good anticipation, and good tackling because you want to be into possession. And goalkeepers are decisions, teamwork, kicking, first touch, passing. Possession is actually one of those ones which is actually quite good if you want to be a possession-based team. You should be focusing more on your ball control skills. A lot of people think, oh, it's attacking, but really, it's the build-up play. It's that type of area which you should be considering improving. Balanced. So it's group training, recovery, transition, possession, overall training, match prep again. Every day is going to be a match prep the day before the game, because it's that training of set pieces and all that type of stuff. It's getting ready for the big match. What's balanced? Well, technique, anticipation, decisions, teamwork, and composure are actually across attack and defense. So that's a balanced training. Whereas goalkeepers are going to improve on concentration, decisions, positioning, anticipation, and composure. Tactical. So tactical is the same as balanced in terms of your attacking unit and defensive unit, and actually your goalkeepers are all on the same boat. They're all on the same, the top 5 attributes are the same: decisions, teamwork, anticipation, composure, and concentration. By all means, tactical, if you want all across the board, tactical is a good one as well as balanced. And bear in mind, you can vary these up. So we're looking now at set pieces. So set pieces, anticipation and concentration, off the ball, position and heading in. So corners, free kicks, that's pretty good. And it's the same for defensive unit, because I suppose the attacking unit's going to have to defend set pieces as much as a defensive unit's going to have to attack set pieces. You're going to have a bit of a mixture, and you are going to be practicing set pieces. The key thing is for your goalkeepers is they're going to have good decisions, concentration, anticipation, positioning, and command of area to get that ball. So, think about that. It's not always about your attackers or your defense. Sometimes your goalkeepers need it too. And it's all set pieces, which might be 1 out of every 12. You don't need to do it every week. You just need to do it to keep on top of it. And then you got physicals, which early training in the season. This is when you push your physicals: group training, strength training, quickness training, transitions, because you're trying to get back and forth, and match prep. So it's work rate, heading, technique, flair, aggression. Those are the two major things affecting your attacking unit and defending unit. They probably won't have time for individual training at that point. These are why I'm trying to figure out is when you've got the full green circle, it means individual players and individual player traits are going to be affected by it. So if you've got more team training, you're going to have less development in other things. So bear that in mind. That seems to be what it is to me, but I'll cover that in a bit more now. And goalkeeping is work rate, agility, slightly different because obviously they don't head the ball as much. Aerial reach, acceleration and balance. And then defending. So defensively, decision making, teamwork, heading, finishing, work, concentration for attackers. Obviously, if they're going to be pressurizing from the front, you want them to work on those defensive ones to get better at it. Whereas the defending unit actually are marking, positioning, decision making, anticipation, and concentration. So there are differences there, but you can see, and I think this is where it's much clearer I'll be honest, it's much clearer in PC, but this is what I think is happening in the console training. The more you focus on defending for a week, the better the attacking players' individual training becomes, because they have less intensity. The more you focus on attacking, the more defensive individual positions and roles develop. And goalkeepers are obviously only goalkeeper or sweeper, so wherever you give them individual intensity on training will develop layers as well. But it is quite key here is that it's the workload, it's the training workloads on the units. So if you keep pushing attacking, they're not going to develop so much in their roles or player traits, and it might be that the defending units get better at that because they are developing more to the roles. And in big matches are your set pieces, your tactics overall. It's just getting ready for that big match, knowing where you're supposed to be, knowing your player roles and getting in there. With console, we haven't got tactical familiarity, so that's kind of a big thing. But it's definitely worth one of those things to bear in mind when you're playing big matches. If you're expecting a cup final or semi-final, relegation battles coming up, get those tactics working. Get on the big match. Get on the big match. And then, so we did a video earlier in the week, which is creating this type of training scheme. If you'd like to see how to create this type of training scheme, link is in the description below. Or you can wait and we'll try and link it to the end of this video as well if you're interested in watching that. But as you can see here, this is simplifying the individual training process. And we've tried to make that a lot easier for you to understand. Okay, so one of the key screens, and we have shown you that in that little thing we want to show, but you can actually decide this based on the condition. So if they got very poor, if you want to get your players injured, you train them. If you don't, if they're very poor condition, you don't train them. No gym work, ease them in. Poor, half intensity. Fair, normal intensity. Up to you now. When it comes to good and excellent, you can go double, especially early season if you need them to get fit. Give them double on excellent condition. Or you can do it like I was showing you in the other screen. You can have a look there and just do it in game for the month, and you can do the same thing. Set an individual training intensity will override this. So if you say to this individual, I want you to be on double, because that's what the physio recommends, for example, or this is what I want you to do, you can override these, but this is what the default is on them. So I would be setting condition of excellent to double. There's no reason for them not to do it. Obviously, if you've got a lot of games coming up, you may want to lower it down. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Now, the interesting thing on here is it's the assistant manager. The assistant manager, if I can go back a little bit to my assistant manager. Where's that gone? There. If I can just see the assistant manager on. So this is what you as a manager set. Watch what happens now when you set the assistant. The assistant manager will say, okay, this week we're not changing. Next week, I reckon we should be doing defending, attacking, match prep, team bonding, possession, tactics, and match prep. None of that is in any of those options we've covered. So one of the key things you can do and make your training a hell of a lot easier is let the assistant manager handle it. Because team bonding is literally your cohesiveness of your team and morale. That's really good for that. The fact you've got defending, attacking, and possession, but you can't choose that in any of the other ones. It's a mix because you can't change it. I gotta be honest, I would probably stick with the team manager, the assistant manager on this. But if you want to be specific and you want to do this, then there's nothing stopping you. But I would suggest before setting next week's training, have a look what the team manager wants to do. See what he wants to do. If he wants to do defending, attacking, team bonding, possession, why not? It's not going to do you any harm choosing what the assistant manager is going to do. If he mixes it up, that's pretty good. And you're going to get data with visualization after 4 weeks anyway, so you can see what your assistant manager's been training in. So if it was me, I won't be too worried about the assistant manager. The key thing to be aware of is workloads. It is a workload. So what you're going to be mindful of is not overloading your players and minding that side of things. And we'll cover the workloads in another one now. But that's just a quick overview of what each one does. If it was me, I would mix it up. So I would be doing attacking for a couple of weeks and then going into defending. So you give both sides of your team some training and it gives them the chance to develop their individual roles. And you want to be looking again. Thanks for watching the video. Why not catch us on the next video? Hope you're good. If you like this, like and subscribe. All the best. Until we meet again, goodbye.